How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, CyYuVtuber, here with another reaction video for Honkai Star Rail. Possibly the most divisive of characters in Honkai Star Rail. This is Keeping Up with Star Rail, Castor's Shine of Blemish, Albert's miserable exile to Idonia. If you guys aren't aware, we do watch these live on twitch.tv/CyYuVtuber. Subscribe here on CyYuVods. We are really close to 500,000 subscribers. Now, the reason why I said this might be the most divisive character, if you aren't aware, Castorice does have a global passive, which I hope they make a feature to be able to disable the global passive. And I feel like a lot of people aren't aware that a lot of gacha games have this thing. For eventually they added the characters, and I know that a lot of fans' concern is that future characters will have like global passives that are insane. Hopefully that's not the case. And they might just be doing this because I guess Castorice times out with the 2-year anniversary of Star Rail, but we'll see. Because I mean, Acheron last year was insanely strong, so maybe that's what Castorice is this year. But who knows? Anyway, let's find out more about Castorice and what her kit is like with this Keeping Up with Star Rail.
Once Idonia's maiden of war, she granted a merciful death to the living. Now she roams the mortal lands to seek the core flame of death and the meaning of demise. The Nether Realm, where all things return to nothing, calls out to her across the threshold of eternal rest. On this episode, let's keep up with Akima's mortician, Castorice, the servant of death.
A quantum remembrance. Oh!
Wait, let's not keep up with this gal, you know?
Cypher!
Hey, maybe this episode should be called Not Keeping Up with Star Rail.
No need to be that scared. You just need to get stronger.
I really like her voice.
Oh, how can I do that,
Who is
Miss
that?
Cypher? Pray tell.
You know what they say.
Shay?
Being bald makes you stronger.
Chia
I can help with
Faraday.
that.
Who is that?
Then we'll see how many feathers I need to pluck to keep up with Miss Castorice. Castorice is a quantum character following the path of remembrance. Her hands only compose elegies, never able to touch the living, but the touch of death
Chia
also
Faraday.
gave her the power to slay
Who
the
is
darkness.
Princess Homebody
Did
is
we know
super
that?
kind and nice, but gets impossibly anxious with people. It's really fun to teach
She sounds
her.
great. I love her voice. Their
But
voice?
make sure you don't actually upset
I don't know
her.
their pronouns.
Otherwise, you'll be
like
wrapping up
Cypher's
your
voice.
life for real.
When she uses her basic attack,
You can hear
Castorice
the
swings
teeth.
her scythe to deal quantum damage to one designated enemy.
All right, let's see this.
This scythe looks mighty
It looks awesome with the
expensive.
eye of Sauron
I
looking
should get a
ass.
closer look next time I team up with her.
So good.
When she uses her skill, Castorice deals quantum damage to one designated enemy and adjacent units.
Whoa.
This does not consume skill points.
What?
So what's the cost then?
Well, Castorice's skill will consume a set percentage of current HP from all allies.
Ooh.
Ouch. I'd better stay
Whoa.
on the sidelines as a cheerleader.
You see, it'll actually grant our team greater power. Since
What?
Castorice's damage dealt increases when allies lose HP, she also has a unique energy system called New
What
Bud.
is this?
Max New Bud is determined by the combined levels of all characters on the field, and Castorice gains 1 New Bud for every 1 HP lost by the team.
Wow.
After unlocking the trace Contain Dark Tide, Castorice also gains New Bud when allies are healed.
That's huge.
When Max New Bud is reached, Castorice will activate her ultimate, summoning the Memo Sprite Netherwing and advancing its action
You know,
by 100%.
just a
while
cute
also
little Memo
expanding her
Sprite.
territory, Lost Netherland. All enemies, all type res decreases while in the territory, Lost Netherland.
God, it looks so cool. Also, chat, this shot, like the flowers around, reminds me of Sekiro. You guys think I could beat Sekiro now? You guys have faith in me? If you say yes, you're a liar.
Netherland. When Netherwing is summoned, damage dealt by all allies increases for a set number of turns.
Princess Homebody must be pretty rich if she can afford such a huge pet.
What do you mean?
You have to be a parry
Well, she
poppy.
would need a big house.
Well, Kazan was training me in the parry.
Yeah, sure. It's funny. Huh. Netherwing shared the damage increase effect of Castorice's tank.
I can't read that.
For a set number of times. While Netherwing is on the field, it acts as all allies' backup. Enemies cannot actively select backup units.
Okay.
And allies' blast abilities cannot be blasted to backup units. When allies are damaged, their HP will decrease to a minimum of 1. Further damage taken is transferred to another wing, but at an increased rate until another wing leaves the field.
Oh, God, so he aggroes,
This
okay.
dragon has a serious history, you know. With it protecting
I know
the
you got it.
team,
Chat
even
translate it.
death ceases to be
I do not have
inescapable.
faith that you'll be CyYuVtuber. Cheer 200.
How dare you, Marcus?
Death is not the end, but the beginning of a new life. As Netherwing's other half, Castorice too possesses this power.
Fire.
After obtaining Castorice, or while Castorice is in the current team, if any ally character receives a killing blow, then all characters that received a killing blow in this turn will enter the Moon Cocoon state. While in this state, characters won't be downed immediately and can act once. After taking that action, if they receive healing or have a shield before the start of the next turn, Moon Cocoon is dispelled. If not, the character will be downed immediately.
Okay, so it's not entirely broken. Correction, aside from receiving healing, the Moon Cocoon state can also be dispelled when character HP increases. Yeah, so it's not as overpowered as folks make it out to be. That's the thing. Here, let me reread that or re-listen to that.
State. While in this state, the killing blow in this turn will enter. Character receives a killing after obtaining Castorice.
After
or while
obtaining
Castorice is
Castorice.
in the current team, if any ally character receives a killing blow, then all characters that received a killing blow in this turn will enter the Moon Cocoon state. While in this state, characters won't be downed immediately and can act once. After taking that action, if they receive healing or have a shield before the start of the next turn,
Honestly,
Moon Cocoon is dispelled.
it's
If
not,
the character will
insanely
be
overpowered. I understand why people would get upset, because then Memory of Chaos just gets like 10 times easier, because one of the things to get 3 stars in a Memory of Chaos is don't let any characters get downed. So if you do this thing, right, then you're guaranteed. Like if you have like, you know, it's not the passive itself, it's the Pandora box that the passive introduces. That, yeah, that's the thing that I was talking about, because a lot of people were talking about that. But here's my copium with that. And I know that it's wishful thinking, and totally, I understand the opening the Pandora's box to having global passes for future characters. I feel like Castorice might just have this because it's the 2-year anniversary character. And I don't think they would just do this for any character, similar to Acheron. But then again, power creep is a thing, so I don't know. We'll see. I get it, but it's not as overpowered as I thought it was, but I understand why people are upset.
Downed
Only time will tell.
immediately.
Only time will tell. You're 100% right.
Castorice cannot gain new blood while another wing is on the field. When an ally other than another wing loses HP, another wing restores the same amount of HP.
Interesting.
After unlocking the trace contained Dark Tide, another wing can also restore HP when other ally targets receive healing.
Oh, that's huge.
Castorice's skill is enhanced when another wing is on the field. She can consume a set ratio of current HP from all allies except another wing. to
We
launch
haven't
a
really
joint
had a
attack
technique
against
as
all
impactful as
enemies
Acheron's either.
alongside another wing.
That's the thing. Like, and also her skill where you just roam around and just slice things like it's nothing. So that's the thing, because Acheron was the anniversary. That's why I have wishful thinking. So I feel like if we ever got another global passive or anything like that, my hope, it might just be the next year anniversary character, or maybe they'll be like, oh, players didn't like the global passive, we're not gonna have that as a thing anymore. Or maybe that's what I'm saying, that if you want, if a lot of fans are upset about the global passive and what is to come, I do recommend submitting in the feedback forms that they have to let them know, hey, could you please make this a toggle? Not everybody likes the global passive, or they would like it to be able to disable the global passive, right?
This does not consume skill points.
But after reading this,
When
or
using the
after
memo
seeing
spread
this, I'm
skill,
definitely pulling for
claws push
Castorice
to
now.
fail. Another wing
Because
deals
it's not
quantum
as,
damage
also
to
like,
all enemies.
my characters don't really die like that.
When using the memo sprite skill, Breath scorches the shadow. Another wing deals quantum damage to all
God.
enemies by consuming its own HP equal to a set ratio of its max HP.
Oh my
This ability can be
God.
used repeatedly and will become enhanced with each use. Oh, how I wish my Albert mouth cannon could do the same.
Hey, yo,
When another
Albert?
wing's current HP is below a certain threshold, using this ability will trigger an effect equivalent to the memo sprite's talent, Wings Sweep the Ruins.
Oh my God.
When Netherwing disappears, it deals multiple instances of quantum damage to a single random enemy, while also
Bro,
restoring
it's an
HP
Elder
for
Dragon.
all
We
allies.
tried to fight that thing yesterday.
That dragon's real angry compared to Princess Homebody. It blows itself up after spitting on you.
Netherwing will also trigger this
What
effect and
crazy
disappear
phrasing.
after acting for a set number of times or when its HP becomes 0. Then, the battlefield will exit the territory, Lost Netherland. After locking her technique,
Hey,
Castorice
what up, God
enters the
Care Bear?
Nether Veil state, and enemies cannot actively approach her. While in Nether Veil, actively attacking enemies
Wow.
with Castorice will initiate battle with all enemies within a set radius and summon Netherwing.
That's huge.
After entering battle, Castorice will consume a set proportion of current HP from all allies
And it's
advance
all
Netherwing's
quantum.
action by 100%. If Castorice attacks
I actually
enemies
really
without
like the
using her
voice
technique,
module.
she regains a set number of new bud instead.
Because I'm sure everybody was like expecting, yeah, it's me. And I, there's a certain threshold of pitch for me that just, it gives me a little bit of a headache. So I'm glad that just because they look like anime, they don't all sound like high pitched characters.
Okay, let's
You know
have
what
it.
I mean?
Wielding Death's authority,
You gotta have a little bit of
Castorice
everything.
gonna rip enemies wholesale. Her main damage sources are Netherwing's draconic flames.
The
and
moon!
its explosion.
Bro,
Whenever
that's my
allies are
first thought.
healed or lose HP, Castorice gains new bud towards unleashing her ultimate and summoning Netherwing. Damage dealt by Netherwing is directly related to its current HP. HP lost and gained by allies can all be converted to Netherwing's HP. Teammates with healing powers or those who deal damage by consuming their HP can give Netherwing more damage output.
Hell yeah.
It will reap the souls of the living with its scorching breath and world-shattering explosion.
Oh, there are still boneheads who'd rather walk up to Princess Homebody than run, even after all that intro. What do you say about someone looking for Castorice?
Eh?
They're courting death.
They sure are.
You sure
I'll
are
court
talented
de-
with dry jokes.
I'll court death any day if
Now,
death looks like that.
Castorice uses
Huh?
her
Who said
technique
that?
and
Chat?
attacks the enemies in the Netherveil state to enter battle. Thanks to her technique, Castorice immediately summons Netherwing into battle.
Nah, I'd win. Sure you
Netherwing's
would.
action is advanced, and it's giving enemies no chances. It consumes its HP and blows up all enemies in one breath. Ah, now that's a rare. Wait, no! A second wave of enemies has shown up, and they're not giving our allies a chance to wrap up and go home.
Why not?
Gallagher goes first, using his ultimate to apply Besotted to all enemies. This means allies' attacks will restore HP, and this
Oh, hell
restored
yeah.
HP grants new bud for Castorice.
That's huge.
Memos fully charged, and they use their Memo Sprite skill to let Castorice immediately take action. Castorice uses her skill, and the consumed ally HP fills up her new bud gauge. So she uses her ultimate, and Netherwing descends upon the battlefield once more. It didn't even need to explode this time, reducing its enemies to cinders with its breath alone. Then the third wave of enemies arrives. Castorice uses her enhanced skill, dealing damage to enemies while converting the HP consumed by
God, that
allies
was
into
crazy.
HP for Netherwing.
Rah!
Mem then uses her
Not
Memo
the
Sprite
double
skill allowing
speed.
Castorice to take action
Not
again,
the double
and she uses her
speed.
enhanced skill once more. It's now Netherwing's turn again. The enraged flaming breaths pour down like divine fury.
Chat,
Scorching
when
flames
Castorice
devour all.
sends,
With the deafening roar of the dragon,
Netherwing
all
out
lanterns
there.
to dust,
This shot, it's like blue eyes.
leaving only a deathly silence. And that's
White
a wrap.
lightning.
All right, to become strong enough to rival Princess Homebody, the number of feathers you need to lose is...
Wait, you were serious?
Of course! Since the seamstress was interested in your feathers, they must be worth a fortune.
Oh my
What do you
God.
say to you getting stronger and, me getting richer?
You! I'm here to put on a show, not sell myself out.
There it is.
Oh, fine. Can I take something from inside the screen as a souvenir then?
Inside the
Sure,
screen?
Take your pick.
Are you sure? Something from inside the screen, right?
Hi, Albert. Never go back.
Oh my God.
tomorrow.
No.
Nice doing business with you, Mr. Albert. See you later.
Wait, what?
Not the Photoshop. Now I'm so curious about Cypher. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think the global passive is a mistake? Are you excited? Do you not care? If you do care, I do recommend going to the feedback page within Honkai Star Rail or the survey page or wherever on, you know, on Star Rail, on Hoyo Lab, wherever you need to go, and just letting them know, make it a toggle. That is my recommendation. And know that a lot of folks are like, oh, they won't listen. Well, you won't know unless you try. You can't just give up. You know what I'm saying? I will be pulling for Castorice. Because I understand the concern with what this will lead to. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. 1 year later. So yeah, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have been hopeful at all. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you're playing for Castorice, if you're skipping Castorice. Are you going for an Oxa? Because honestly, I much prefer an Oxa. An Oxa looks way cooler, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks, and I will see you in the next one. And by next one, I mean next year for the CyYu apology tour. See ya. Goodbye.